Yo guys, what is up and welcome back to another episode of F1 League Racing. Today we're doing the Fkrl race in Canada. The splits got merged together, so it's split 1 and 2, meaning I'll have a tough weekend, especially because I don't have a good setup. I didn't practice at all, and for now my plan was to get the slipstream from Formula Car, my teammate. You see, I am waiting for him to pass me, so I can be behind him on the start-finish straight. So now don't invalidate on the outlap, it worked. And the thing was, I knew that I can boost on the whole straight and he didn't, which meant that I overtook him on the first straight, and yeah, I let him through because I didn't want to hold him up on his lap, because my lap would have been shit anyway. On my way to set my first lap, which would have been competitive, I invalidated on the last corner and threw away a 1 minute 11.6. Not a great time. I could improve very much on that. As we see here, I'm gaining already in the first 2 corners, and now Rob's way in front of me doesn't see me and I drive into the back of him, but I weirdly don't DNF. He got disqualified for holding people up. And now we're going into the analyze. I don't know how you pronounce it in English, I'm sorry. We can see that my tire is in his tire, which shouldn't be happening. Yeah, I guess I'm really lucky there. EA wanted me to stay in the qualifying, and now I have to set a valid lap, or otherwise I will be starting last. On the way to the last chicane, I tried to not invalidate, which worked, and I also gained about 2 tenths in that corner, which is very nice. I position in P15.
Ich war letzter, geil.
Not very great, but for me, especially because I am actually in split 2, this is somewhat good. And now on my in-lap, I tried to give the slipstream back to Kai, as a little sorry for holding him up a bit in turn 1. I think it worked very well. He gained about 4 tenths from that. And now going into the last lap, I get the slipstream again from Formula Kai, and I don't get anything from that, but it doesn't matter, because in the corners I will gain time. We see here I got hold up by Rob's boy, remember, and now I gained all the time back in that chicane. I had many problems not invalidating, but it worked this time. Now I'm on the last straight of the qualifying. I'm already up 7 tenths. I maybe gained a little bit from the slipstream from Solar Cindy. There's yellow flags because of a V-carb that crashed. And I'm going to cross the line with about 7 tenths of improvement, which brings me up to P14. And now looking at the results, I think I did pretty good for having no real practice in the qualifying session or the race session. I only did some time trial. I think not even 2 seconds behind pole position is something I can be proud of, because my pace is not the greatest. Before starting the race, I thought it's gonna be a lonely race at the back of the grid, but qualifying showed something different. At the start I had to use traction control because of pedal problems, but that shouldn't hold me back in the race. The start was okay, not good, not bad. Now here driving a little back into the back of the Williams in front of me. No big crashes or front wing damages spotted for now. Now going into turn 3, the V-carb gets alongside and I touch him and I spin, and I'm dead last after Magnussen passed me. Now if we look at the analyze, I still don't know how to pronounce it. It wasn't really the V-carb that spun me, but more the touch of the Aston and then the grass. So I think it was a racing accident, not really his fault, not really my fault. I mean, you could blame the Aston because I think that's what spun me, but yeah, I don't know, unlucky situation. Now I have to close a gap of 7 seconds to the train in front, and if that worked out, you're gonna see now. In lap 7 I caught up to the Haas, and as you can see behind me, Magnussen cubed box for new tires after he probably had front wing damage, and 2 guys DNF. The Haas in front of me locked up into the chicane, and now on this straight I was able to get alongside with him, and now only had to brake a little bit later than him, which worked out. We weren't even side to side going into that corner. In lap 9 you see the yellow flags. We get another position from the V-carb, which spun out of turn 4 and now it's already P15. It's not looking that bad now. 2 laps later Magnussen Cube caught up, and because he was way faster than me I let him through here because I just didn't want to lose time with fighting or something. And now in lap 11 the medium guys started to pit, but for me the pit window only opened till like lap 20, so now it was managing the tires and driving all by myself. A lap later, at the same part of the track where Magnussen Cube overtook me, he now spun himself out and DNF'd from the session. I first thought there will be a safety car, but sadly there wasn't because he just retired and didn't crash out. In lap 21 it was then time to pit for me. My tires were already at about 60%. I got overtaken by some guys that were already in the pits. But now going into the pits I had to restart my wheel because my brake pedal sometimes just activated on the straights, which made the straight mode go off and made me lose a lot of time. So now I had to use the spacebar to go into the pits, and now the driving here was a bit difficult.
Oh mein Gott. Bitte geht das Gas jetzt.
And now as you can see here I'm just driving straight because my wheel didn't work at first.
Ich hab fast Feedback.
But then it started working and that helped me very much fighting against the Haas that we overtook. Now on the outside of turn 3 we collided a little bit, which made him spin out, but not as bad as it was for me, so nothing really bad for him. I mean, he already had 18 seconds worth of penalties, so I don't think that he had anything to lose in this race. And now I had to catch up the 2 V-Carbs fighting in front, and I was a lot faster than them. I mean, you can see here I already gained 5 tenths, 6 tenths now. In lap 28, as you can see, I caught up to the V-Carb in front of me. The other one did already pit for a second time, now being on the hard tire as well as the Audi being on the soft, so 2 very different compounds. I get my second warning here in the Wall of Champions chicane. And now going into turn 1 I maybe can try a move. I try going down the inside, but it didn't work out for me yet. Now coming out of turn 8 I got a better exit, which gave me the chance to go around the outside into the chicane into turn 9 and 10. I go a little bit off track, maybe a bit unfair, but we're still alongside, and now behind me you can see Cosmos and the Red Bull and Kai pulling up behind us. Now I go deep into the hairpin as well as the V-Carb behind me. And it was a little bit of a weird situation because I didn't want to let the V-Carb go through again, but I also didn't want to hold up the 2 guys slapping us. And now you can see the Mercedes is pitting, which was very weird. And this was because he retired from the session, which gave me now P10 as soon as I overtake him. And this made me now fight against the V-Carb for the last point in this race. I don't think I'm going to catch up to either the Williams or the Aston Martin. Now in lap 33 I again went deep into the hairpin, which gave the V-Carb a chance to overtake me. After I have managed to pull out a gap of about 1.5 seconds, he caught up again, which wasn't very optimal. Now he overtakes me here on this straight. And now going into the Wall of Champions chicane, he cuts the last corner and gets a 6-second time penalty, which now gave me the situation of not having to overtake him again and only having to stay inside the 3-second window. Now going into turn 3 this is actually, I looked it up, because the short right-hander at the start-finish straight is considered a corner. So I lost some time there, and now going into this chicane I again lose not really a bit of time, a big chunk of time actually. 5 tenths is very much considering I only have a 3-second window. Now going into turn 7 and 8, the traction worked pretty well for me because I had to use traction control. Going into this chicane I was scared of getting my first track limits in this corner, but it worked out, so no 6 seconds for me because I also got 2 warnings already. And now into the hairpin I take it as good as I have never taken it in the whole race. The exit was okay also. Didn't lose much time there, a bit but not too much. Martin behind me actually caught up a bit, so I'm lucky he didn't have the chance to overtake me. Now going into the wall of champion chicane, I had to find the margin between not getting a penalty and not losing 1.6 seconds. It worked out for me now. Going to cross the line in P10. I'm celebrating a bit there because that points were really well deserved. Now looking at the results, I don't think it's too bad. I mean, we got lapped, which yeah, isn't too great. Maybe my first time getting lapped without having a big mistake. Kai won the race actually, and Commander, who was actually second, got demoted to P9, I don't know why. But if you like the video, you can subscribe to my German channel. Maybe I'll do some English videos if this reaches the right audience. Leave a like, I don't know if I said it. Activate the bell, it's the bell. And yes, we'll see each other in the next video. Bye bye. And if this fuck. And now it was there's a VCARB question. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. From the VCARB which spun in lap 21 it was. Oh. But now I got the better exit out of the tracks and use traction control because of pedal. Oh.